If y'all can tell by my hair, and this shirt is actually a little bit lighter, but this is from the sweat, which I just got finished training. Well, I got finished training like maybe about a good hour, if not maybe about a good half hour ago, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good, man. It's a good feeling to kind of know that I'm, kind of getting the hang of what to do during the match and how to do things, and man, it feels so good, bro. I'm like, I mean, like, it feels like I'm actually doing stuff correctly, even if I'm. It's like I said before a long time ago. Like when I'm like one of the few things about me is that I get discouraged really easily. So if I mess up even once, I just feel like that's it. That's the castle's crumbling. May as well just go ahead and prepare for the worst. And like, man, it's like with this one I can mess up and I feel like okay I can just get back and put another bricks in, and I feel like I should be able to do that with more stuff, but at the same time, like I guess with it, I don't even think it's that I don't take it seriously. I think it's just more along the lines of it's like I have expectations and the expectations kind of get a little weird at times. With that being said, there's a lot more that I can probably get into. Hmm. If y'all hear any noise in the background, just know that I don't live on my own. I live with two gamers, well, three gamers, and one of them is probably asleep, and the other one isn't. Moving along, moving along, moving along. So yeah, training was good though. Training was fun. I got a chance to sort of practice some stuff, and like I said, I can't really go into too much detail as to what's going on. I love how my hair feels when it's wet. I love that. Not too greasy, not too much. It feels good. I probably might just keep this. Although I do need to get it cut, and I just keep telling myself that I don't want to get it cut because darn you, S word. Long time ago, a girl actually led me on and basically told me, "Hey, I'll go to the movies with you if you cut your hair." And I cut my hair, and she ghosted me. She came back with another kid. Like she just popped right back up on social media for like maybe about a good couple months later, another kid, and I'm just like, man, I can't believe I cut my hair for this girl. To this day, cutting my hair just feels weird. It's like because like I really hate it when people be like oh you shouldn't want to do this stuff for other people, you should want to do this for yourself. Nah, bruh. Nah, like my whole thing is that like I like to think that I look a-okay already, so it's like if I'm doing something else to add on to it is to get something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this for me because I'm okay with me. You're not okay with me. So I'm gonna try my best to make me okay to you. So be grateful. Or not. That's just my take on it. Uh I also learned that I am poly. As in like I wouldn't mind being in a relationship with someone who is in a relationship with other people. And I really feel like there's a lot of weird social norms that kind of go along with being poly that people don't like, that people just sort of get misconstrued. Like me personally, there's like I don't mind playing a role when it comes to a relationship because like I don't want kids. I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. But I would like to be in a relationship where I can just sort of be the sex and funny conversations boyfriend. So like I don't, because like I don't want to be, I can't, it's like people say, oh, you don't want to be committed and you don't want to do all this other stuff, and I'm like, that's not it. It's not that I don't want to be committed, it's just that like like marriage is a huge step that I just don't think I'll ever be prepared for. So like but I can totally be the sex and funny conversations boyfriend, and if she wants to get married, by all means get married. But like let's just say hypothetically speaking, she says, oh I'm gonna get married, but I still love you and I still want to be with you, and as long, and I'm just gonna say straight up, as long as he's not the jealous type, sure, we can keep this going. There's no problem with me. But like if he is a jealous type, it might not work because he's a jealous type, and I don't want to be, I don't want to constantly have to watch my back because this dude doesn't realize that his wife is also poly, you know. So there's that. It's like there is no sharing, It's not like, when you say sharing partners, that makes it sound like you're looking at them as property, and it's just weird. But I don't really see that as property. It's just like, she's free to do whatever she wants, and she knows that I'm going to be free to do whatever I want. If you that's just my take on it. I feel like being poly is like the ultimate freedom for a guy, like for me, because I have a certain way that I look at love and whatever. So there's that. I also started up my podcast. Well, I always did the podcast, but I'm now starting to do it like every like week now. The only thing is that like my most recent podcast was just me talking for like 15 minutes, because normally I could like do like a good hour and a half, because it's me and the co-host sort of ping ponging off each other. But he had to do a personal day, so it was just me, and I was like halfway tired, and I was also I was halfway tired, and I was also a little aggravated, because at work, oh god, I almost walked off of work yesterday. 7 roaches, bro. So near the trash area where we normally take out our trash, clearly the trash guy didn't come in, and like 7 roaches just flew at me, one after the other. One, another one, another one, another one. Dang, I'm really gonna actually have to edit this now. But yeah, so it was like that. It was like a whole bunch of stuff that was kind of like going on with that, and it's just really upsetting to picture that and put that together. So I was really mad about that. So going to, like getting off of work, all I just wanted to do was rest. So what I was expecting to be like a good hour long podcast of me talking about a whole bunch of stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that happened, turned into this 15-minute little rigmarole. And there's that. What else is there? Pro wrestling. There was like, I realize now that like I like pro wrestling. Initially, one of the big reasons why I wanted to be a pro wrestler was because I wanted to, kind of appease the fans. I kind of wanted to motivate fans. I wanted fans to look at me and go, if he can do it, I can do it. That was my goal in life. But like, there's fans nowadays, like today's fans nowadays, they don't care about, being a part of the company. They don't care about being a part of the industry. It's like, for them, this isn't, an inspiration. It's just entertainment for them. And I guess, I don't know, it really kind of hurts knowing that like that's kind of what it is. Because for me, this was like, I'm that kind of dude who I can see someone on television and be like, that's cool. I would totally like to do that. Like, I remember I was watching D3, the Mighty Ducks, and I wanted to play hockey for like all of 10 minutes, until I realized that there's 0% chance of a guy from Baton Rouge, Louisiana finding a place to practice ice skating at. It's not impossible, but like it's like, where would I go to practice, right? By that logic, wrestling is heavily similar. The only problem is that like, wrestling, you could power slam somebody at any moment, You can, do a back, like, you could do like gangster gymnastics and, bust a couple of backflips off of a gate or something, just to practice. So that is not completely impossible. But unfortunately, that's not the case, man. So, but yeah, like, it feels good kind of knowing, like, but yeah, like, it was just things like that. Like, I remember I watched Dexter's Laboratory, and I wanted to be a chemist, just because Dexter was always surrounded by these Erlenmeyer flask and beakers and all this lab equipment, and I just thought that was strictly chemistry. So I'm like, what? I would totally love to do that, like, be a scientist. But like, I was the type of dude who I looked at stuff and immediately got inspired, because it was like, it didn't seem that difficult until I learned about it, and it's like, wow, that's challenging. I mean, I would still totally love to do these things. I just realize now that I don't have the money or the time to actually do these things. So that is the challenge. I talk with my hands a lot. I'm going to try my best to not do that because that's how the for. I sure do hope that nothing as bad is happening in there. But yeah, moving along, moving along. Um, I mentioned before in one of my old videos that I don't really like talking about, like deaths of certain people because of the fact that it's too easy to for people to like down the line ask, well, what about this person that died? What about that person that died? Right? I don't really like to bring that up. I don't really like to bring that stuff up because of the fact that it's too easy to like if people die like every eye blink. So in the world. So it's really, really, really kind of hard to say rest in peace to this one person without making it look like you're ignoring like a couple million other people. So with that being said, I try my best not to do that, but I do feel like it's very, very relevant to talk about what happened in Florida with a giant tower just crumbling down like that, and all those people like, either A going missing or B dying. It's like not to politicize it, but I feel like an infrastructure bill probably would have helped with that, just a tad. But I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. It's not something that I really want to. It's not something that I feel like I should like talk about like that. But I really do feel like that's definitely like you gotta get. If it was up to me, I would have just been like, you know what, this is DeSantis' fault. You know, something could have been done about this scenario. Something could have been done. This is like really dangerous. This is a really dangerous miscalculation, like on a statewide scale. Somebody's got to pay for it, and in 2022, it's got to be DeSantis. But that's just me. I hate to politicize it though, but that's not even politicizing it. That's actually what politics is. If you think about it, politics is not necessarily social issues. It's mostly money and policies. It is not like politics is not like like race isn't a political issue. It really isn't. You know what I mean? Like race may as well politicize somebody's age while you're at it. May as well politicize somebody's like hair color, eye color, religion. These aren't political discussions. These are social discussions. These are social discussions. There shouldn't be like policies that specifically affect only one type of person. So it's really kind of weird that the fact that the people who politics usually affect are the ones saying, hey, let's not politicize stuff that just other people in general. It's like, if anything, you're the one being politicized. But maybe I'm just like reaching a little bit, who knows. But yeah, man, that's tragic, man. It really is crazy. But on the good foot, like on the good foot though, a lot of things are actually working out. And 2022 is looking pretty nice. So there's that. This video is gonna probably be heck to edit. But that's it. Love and peace. Y'all have a good one. Please be safe out there, and keep your eyes on the skies because there is a meteor coming, probably.